What is up, guys? We are back. Forgive the crazy hair. We got the boy Phil here, and we are doing the upgrades on the old dig rig. As of right now, we are currently figuring out a spot to mount the trans cooler, which is right there. Can't see it. Can't zoom in. This is our Derail 14-row trans cooler with an 8-inch fan. 330 CFM fan. 6 AN lines already on it. So what we are doing is we are mounting it, plumbing the lines for it, and then we will get a harness kit, well, a relay kit, and run it to the next switch I have. I have one open switch, and then we are going to continue on with the cooler lines, wiring up the fan, making sure it works. And then after that, tomorrow we'll be dropping the transmission, changing torque converter, adding my deep pan, and adding my FTI 3000 stall converter. Y'all will see that now. All right, good progress, took a little while. So we've got our AN lines ran to right here. It is -6. Got two 90s up there to go to the cooler. They run down the side here with the wiring harness. Then they run to the transmission right here. I've got a straight going into this trainee cooler line right here. And then I've got a 45 going into this back one. Sadly, I have the wrong fittings, and I hope to God that the speed shop right down the road has the correct fittings so we can finish this tomorrow, because I would really like to finish it this weekend. But if not, we'll have to do what we have to do, and we'll just, I mean, it's only 2 fittings. You know, we'll still put the converter in tomorrow. So we'll still do that, but we're making good progress. Here's a better shot of the trans cooler. We've got a spot where we can bolt up here, but there's about a 3-inch gap right here on the bottom, and that gives us enough room for our outlets. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna cut off a piece of this and drill 4 holes in it so we can bolt up here and then bolt to the lower part of the truck framing or front end, which will be right along here. And then we'll go over here. Don't mind the giant purple nitrous bottle. Here is our converter, and then don't mind the mess on the box. There's our deep trans pan with my transmission temp sensor mounted up right there. There's the grill, but decent progress. So we're gonna try and mount up the cooler so then we can get the wires ran and run the relay, and then we should be good to go. All right, so we got our little bracket that we're getting ready to drill some holes in. And we'll mount, we'll be on that lip, on the outside.
Outside of this lip.
Outside of that lip too.
Outside of that lip too?
And then we'll pull it to it, just like that.
There we
That's
go.
Freaking mint. We got our cooler lines ran down there, but they're not hooked up to trans yet. What I'm doing is a wiring fix that I should have done originally, and that was put a bigger pinout box in a way, because I had multiple ones like this one right here has got 2 running off of 1, and if a fuse were to blow, it would take multiple things out with it. I had one with 3 lines going to it at once, so trying to clean up some of the wiring, make it less butchered. So this 6-way is coming out, and I'm putting a 12-way in. so leaving the truck here for the night. Spilled my full throttle everywhere. Leaving the truck here for the night. It is 8 o'clock. The dealership is closing. So we are getting out of here. But we will pick back up first thing in the morning. Yes, we will. And we're back. It is Saturday. We are going to finish up the truck today. Had a slight hiccup last night. I got some fittings for my transmission to go from the style that goes into the cooler to AN line. Well, that's what was in the transmission. And as you can see there, the diameters are very different. Even the threads are different. So I got the wrong ones, but luckily, Mopar dude that I know had these. So went and picked them up this morning. And we are going to throw these in, finish up the cooler lines, make sure we got the right lengths, and then finish the truck up. Alright, so bracket drilled, bolted down, not tightened yet, but that's a good look. I like it. Just gonna paint this black with some black spray paint because I don't like how this looks. I don't know what happened. Some acid got on it or something, but I'm just gonna take this off, wire wheel underneath it, and then paint this black, and then we're good to go on the rest of the truck. So we are cruising along, trans cooler, fully mounted in, cooler lines fully ran to the cooler. Just got to put the adapters into the transmission. New fuse block, fully installed. Just got to finish up a couple things, and then my launch control is an MSD 3-step. I'm not going to be using the 3rd step because I don't need burnout control. It's not needed. So I'm just going to be using the regular rev limiter and then the launch control, which is this fuse right here. This is a adjustable 1,000 to 3,000 RPM fuse with this little screw right here. I just turn it every one rotation is 100 RPM, and that is clockwise up, counterclockwise down. So this will be exciting to use. And then yeah, just wiring in a few more things. Got our fan all wired in. I'm gonna tap into my radiator fan so they come on at the same time, and yeah, we're getting closer and closer to getting ready to drop the transmission out. So yeah, keep watching. All right, trans cooler lines hooked up, wired, 2-step, wired, New fuse is wired. Signal ran. Time to drop the trans and put the new converter in. Got the two-step wired to the brake pedal lights, or the brake lights. Hopefully this works. If not, I'll have to figure something else out, but we will see. All right, trans down. Took not long at all. Just double checked bolts. Flex plate bolts are tight, but it has these weird markings on the freaking torque converter.
Can't tell if it's bolts or grounds.
I can't tell if I don't have enough grounds in the engine and the bolts were grounding to the torque converter or what. But old torque converter out. Checking the seal looks fine. So we're gonna smack the new FTI 3000 stall converter in and smack this back up in there. Just a little comparison from the stock 10.5-inch converter to the new 9-inch converter. Decent weight difference. You can see the billet front cover. This one's full of fluid, don't worry about that. But we're gonna smack this in real quick and hopefully it goes in and hopefully there's a right spline count in there. All right. I think I got it. Nope, that's good.
Whoa. That went in nice.
All right.
Rock and roll.
There one.
Going.
All right.
And
There you go.
ready.
All right, so slight bump in the road. So what we're having to do, we got the new converter in, but having an issue with the bolts. So I forgot to get bolts, and we went and was able to get bolts from a friend, but they were too long, so we're having to short them, make sure the ends are cut correctly thread-wise, and then we will red Loctite these in. But some on my nose. But we are making headways. Honestly, the last thing to do, except for to add the deep pan, and that's just bolting a pan on. But yeah, we got the new AN fittings into the transmission. Thanks again, Rick. So hopefully it all goes well. Hopefully. We got Phil over there shortening up some bolts, and we're going from there. After a bunch of little headaches back to back that I didn't want to videotape because they're really annoying. Truck's good, no leak. Everything's working as we're seeing, so we're gonna find out. Well, successful test drive. Two-step works. Two-step launches on street tires. Amazing. Truck's running good. The two-step launch, it made it a little warm, but it's fine. I'm gonna double check everything, and I'm probably gonna be going through a colder thermostat just because I'm kind of tired of dealing with it running hot. So I'm just gonna put a 160 thermostat in it and call it a day. But truck's running good to go. Both fans are working, and I need a bigger alternator.
Yeah.
She's not happy, but we are going to finish up, clean up, and you will see some videos of it driving down the road and maybe a little two-step action. Just a little bit.